All right, everyone, welcome to Do Better. Yeah, that is Do Better. Hey, it's Joe. You're here. You made it. All right. But I don't think you have audio yet.
I am now.
There we go. Woohoo!
Yeah, I made it through the monsoon. So it's funny. So it's funny, Megan. I was, driving through. I was at session with my client. My client and I heard the thundering and the rain. It's like, can I go look outside the window? I was like, sure. And usually I love to watch storms as they happen. I thought nothing of it. I was like, it's just a hard rain. No, it's the monsoon of the Amazon. Okay, it was just pouring rain. So when I come out of the, when I got to my car, I turned on my GPS because I always do that, and it said I wouldn't be here till 6:05. I was like, what? It doesn't take that long to get here. And lo and behold, when I was going through my normal route, there was this whole section of road that was completely just flooded. And I was like, all right, what do I do? Do I go through it or turn around? So I had to turn around and find another direction to get here. So,
Well, I'm glad you made it and that your car didn't flood. So when I lived in Virginia Beach, I made it through a situation like that where there was just all these roads washing out. And I was dodged everything, and then I got to the intersection right before my house at Pleasure House Road and Shore Drive, and the whole thing was flooded, and there was no you couldn't turn, you couldn't go straight, couldn't go right, you couldn't go left, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I tried to figure out a way that was looked like the least flooded, and it ended up I had this really low riding Jetta TDI Cup that had a bumper situation that was horrible, and it ended up pulling it was already kind of messed up from something else, and it pulled it off. So I had to park my car in the Walgreens that's right there and had to walk the rest of the way home because I couldn't. Now it's not that far, it was maybe a quarter of a mile, but it was pouring rain and flooded. So, but the good thing was my insurance fixed the car after that, because they were like, oh, it was messed up through the flooding, and I was like, yeah, it was. So I didn't have to pay $3,000 for a new bumper. So that was nice.
wow.
Anyway, so not a fan of the way that the streets flood in Virginia Beach at all.
Yeah, and it's not just Virginia Beach. It's Norfolk, Hampton, all
the
of
whole
Hampton
area.
Roads.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, when I say Hampton Roads, there are 7 cities that make up Hampton Roads. There's Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Suffolk, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Newport News, and Hampton. Yeah. So all those cities make up this area called Hampton Roads.
And there's tons of bridges with tunnels that go underwater or under cities. And the traffic is horrible.
It's massive. And then tons of bridges, they're constantly doing some type of work for flooding or just drainage around here. So,
well, I was in the process of introducing We'll Decide Wednesday when you hopped on. So we should probably go ahead and get to it, huh?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
So welcome to We'll Decide Wednesday. This is a special feature of the Do Better podcast where we're going to spin a wheel and talk about the topic that the wheel decides for us.
Awesome. So, and we have a total of 5 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for me and 2 minutes and 30 seconds for Megan.
All right. So we're on Do Better Shout Out, which is one that we can do pretty whenever, but we did just do that one 2 weeks ago. Do we want to follow our rule where it's the thing right below it is what we do, or do you want to do the Do Better Shout Out?
Let's do the thing right below it.
Okay. So that is things I've learned during COVID, and that was submitted to us by Jenny. So Jenny was going to get some swag sent to her. It may be a minute because I ordered some new stationery. I realized I didn't have any. So in a couple weeks, I will send you some Do Better swag, Jenny. Congratulations.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. We talked about this last week, and then all of a sudden someone submitted something and they now get some type of reinforcement. So I love it.
Yes. My mom, Vicky, said, glad you made it safely to your destination, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to type and tell her like thank you. I'm glad I made it too. That was ridiculous. I'm just telling you right now.
And Jenna Lee said, woohoo, swag, thanks, I'm excited. All right, so do you want to talk first or do you want me to? Things I've learned during COVID.
I I'll let you go first because I went last week.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm starting my timer. So I sort of talked about this last week, so I won't spend too much time on it, but I've definitely learned to enjoy being home and not traveling so much, because usually in, well, basically most of my adult life, I'm always on the go. I traveled internationally a lot the last 2 years, and I was home maybe 5 to 10 days out of each month. So that has been like, I'm enjoying that. I am also ready to be able to not be at home, but I've at least learned how to enjoy it more. I have learned that I definitely have a difficult time with eating healthy and not drinking a couple beers when I don't have anything else to do. That is like when there's no other reinforcers available. That's like my go-to. Still keeping up with like running and walking and stuff and exercise, but the healthy eating has been tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I already knew, but it's been kind of thrown in my face how polarized and politicized and individualistic our society is, at least here in America. Because especially comparing to some of the other countries that have gotten things under control, we don't seem to be able to do that with COVID. And it's just kind of frustrating and baffling, but not baffling because we could see it, on social media and stuff. If you are active on social media, you can kind of see how people don't have like actual conversations with each other anymore. And they just try to argue and throw their opinion or point of view onto one another instead of really like caring about each other. So unfortunately that's been made very very much as like, oh, this isn't just a thing that's happening on social media, this is definitely what things are like here. And of course it varies by state. I shouldn't say it's like all of America, but Florida definitely seems to not have it together. I've learned how much I definitely miss seeing certain people and well, everyone, but like conferences and seeing people there. But especially like this time last year, my family and my mom and dad and my brother and his wife and kid, we all went to Vermont and had like a family trip, and that was really nice. And now like we can't do that, so I really miss seeing the family that doesn't live here in Florida. So that's my time. Stop. I said
Awesome.
stop. Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Jenny said, thanks, I'm excited. And she also said, I agree, it's been eye-opening. And then Robert Dillard said, right, so true. So
Yep.
I think a lot of people also agree with you about that too. All right, so let me start my time. All right, so some of the things that I learned during COVID-19 is how much I really need to get out and travel. Once things settle down a little bit more, I really was comfortable with staying at home, but I realized like there's so much more out there, and I really want to explore and to learn more and grow as a BCBA and also an individual. Even though I live in Hampton Roads and we are diverse here, I still feel like I would love to explore other cultures and be able to travel more around the world just to experience other cultures as well. I also learned how I will also say this with Megan too. It's like I agree that I learned like some of my habits when I am home and I have access to all the food there. That it is easy just to snack all day. That's my downfall. It's like if I'm home and I'm not necessarily bored, but I'm busy, but like I, I just have access, I will want to snack on a few things. So I learned how much I love goldfish.
Goldfish are amazing.
Oh my God. Like I can't tell you how many times I wanted to go to that box and just pour out like a handful. Um, and you would think like, oh, 55 pieces, that's only 140 calories. But
Right?
yeah, but it adds up.
And it's
And
carbs and processed.
it is, but it's so good. Like, and it's not too salty. It has a little bit of saltiness on it, but oh my,
And cheese.
it's so good. Yeah. I learned how good goldfish is and how they created like one of the a perfect snack that makes you want to go back and eat more. Like you don't get full on goldfish, you just want to eat more. Now I can see why my students, my learners really enjoy goldfish during school, and that's my time. Man, I did not. That went fast.
Jenna Lee said it's Cheez-Its for me, and it's so funny because I was gonna say that too. Like I love goldfish and Cheez-Its, but Cheez-Its are a little bit higher in like fat and calories, so I tend to default to Cheez-Its. I mean to goldfish, but basically I can't have them in the house at all, or they get eaten like very quickly.
Yeah. I will say I still have like a fourth of a box left, and they're still at home. So I'm making some progress with not trying to like devour them. But yeah, they are tasty. And I never ate goldfish as a snack at all in my, younger days, okay? At all.
Yeah, that's funny. My mom says to try poppables. I don't know if you've tried
They're
those
so
before.
good too. Poppables, like oh no, wait, are you saying, oh yeah, poppables. Yeah, they're ones that like very like they're air filled. They're kind of like yeah.
And they
Yeah,
look like a wafer or something.
Yeah, they're dangerous too.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they are dangerous. That and combos. But I found combos to be very heavy.
Yeah.
And you can only eat so much. But yeah.
Hi, Janae. Well, so that finishes off our conversation. We didn't talk about Do Better shout out for anyone who's just joining. We did what did you learn during COVID-19? Thanks to Jenna Lee for submitting that. If you're watching this and you want to suggest any other, or listening to this, I should say, and you want to suggest any other topics, we are doing, if your topic gets chosen, you get some swag. And so Jenna Lee was our winner this week. Feel free to share our We'll Decide Wednesday with the hashtag We'll Decide Wednesday. And we'll see you all again next week. Does anyone else want to share lessons? I guess I should have asked that first. Any lessons people have learned that they want to share, or just random thoughts people are having, or comments about topics we should cover? Joe?
And yeah, while we are waiting for any other additional comments, guys, check out our latest podcast that we just dropped yesterday. It is so much fun. I had so much fun with Clint Evans, aka the Behavior Chef. Him and we get along so well, and I feel like we both have a similar background, but he has an amazing take on ABA principles. And if you're not really wanting to learn about the ABA principles, but how to do better in the kitchen, definitely check it out, because he has some awesome tips on that podcast episode that we recorded. And we talked a lot about, trying to eat healthy and losing weight. So I thought it's a really good podcast also, just to listen to and just have a different take on maybe what you could do differently in the kitchen at home to eat better. So definitely check it out. It's like one of my favorite fun podcast episodes.
And in this one, I didn't hardly talk at all. It was mostly Joe and Clint for once.
Sorry,
I
just took over. Like Clint and we just like talked. But yeah, no, I mean, that's totally understandable. I was like when you talk about, when it's about health, nutrition, or food, I'm all about, Megan. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah. Speaking of, have you seen Team ABA just came out with a new, it's like 11 and a half CE credits, and it's on health and fitness. It's an online self-paced course that you can take, and they have like several different people presenting different health and fitness topics.
I heard about that. I haven't looked into it, but I'll have to check out more in depth. I mean, just like actually read up on it a lot more.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
hoping to watch some of it next week. Maybe I'll have some info to share when we meet next week.
that'd be cool.
Um, Joshua said, I heard it on the way home last night. That was the standout bit. He was wondering, is Megan still there for the podcast episode? And my mom
I
said, kudos
mean,
to both of you for still doing wonderful work and not being able to travel.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I tell you what, like I would not mind, traveling a little bit more and still doing better across the world. So
Yes.
maybe I'll get that opportunity now.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe.
Especially because Virginia might have things better under control here soon than most places. Oh, and Robert also said he's going to look into the poppables. So thanks for that snack suggestion, Vicki. All right. Well, feel free to drop any other ideas if anyone wants to share what they learned during COVID, or if you have ideas for topics, feel free to put those in the comments if you're watching on Facebook Live, or shoot Joe and I a comment on the podcast. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. That was fun.